Yo, what's up, guys? It's DEFCON TCG, and I'm here to report back that I won a cup yesterday. So I just wanted to talk about the deck and kind of my thoughts on it. And is it a good play for league events? It's pretty similar to the deck that Jackson played at UIC. So if you watch any of the stream games, it's somewhat similar. But I do have the picture around here somewhere. Let's find out. Where did I put it? Here, maybe? Here? Oh, here. Okay, cool. Alright, so I found it. It's right here. This is the list I played. It's pretty standard Terrazard. It's got a little bit of cool innovations here, I think, personally. So, first off, I do have a 1-1 split of the Terapagos and the Ogrepon. I did use both of them to great effect, honestly. I have found that the Ogrepon is very good into the Zoroark matchup, which is something I wasn't anticipating. I didn't have a lot of matchup experience into that deck, so I was kind of just playing with stuff off the fly. But surprisingly, being able to do 100 into a Zoroark and then like KOing a bench Zorua or bench Darumaka was really good. I had a pretty much a game-winning play against the Zoroark I played in top 4, where in the second game, I was able to... My opponent's board was active Zoroark, Zorua, Darumaka, and I was able to go, like, use the Ogrepon to knock out one Darumaka while also using a Dusknoir to knock out the other Darumaka. Therefore, my opponent could evolve into Darmanitan and then kind of tear apart my board. So that was really cool. I'm going to kind of talk about my matchups as well. So let's see. So round 1, I sit down and I played against a Goldango, and I end up winning that game pretty quickly. I think this deck has a pretty good matchup into Goldango. As you can see, I played a lot of Goldango at this tournament, and I thankfully beat all of them. So, yeah, I played against Goldango round 1, ended up winning that. Round 2, I hit a Zoroark. That was a pretty scary... I used to think the Zoroark matchup was pretty scary, but I did pretty well into that deck. I think that with this deck, at least with the lack of like a Turo to be able to pick up a Charizard, it's a little bit hard to potentially compete with the Zoroark deck, because the only way to knock out a Zoroark in one hit is to use your Dusknoir, or hope they've taken enough prizes that you're able to one-shot it, which is pretty hard with this deck, I will admit. I think that the best course of action is to kind of like Ogrepon into them early to try to like cripple their setup, while also you can potentially put 120 on a Zoroark, because then even they cannot return knockout a Charizard EX, but obviously they can, knock out the Ogrepon with the attack on that Reshiram that lets them do double the damage that they have on them. So I thought Zoroark was a tough matchup because you can't really hit into Zoroark, otherwise you kind of just lose. So I was able to win that game. And then the round after that, I played a Charizard mirror match. My opponent was playing a more traditional Charizard list. I think this list is definitely a little bit faster. And because I do have that Klefki, I'm able to stop my opponent's Psyduck and then kind of just blow up their board. So yeah, the use of the Ogrepon plus the Dusknoir, very solid. So I was able to win that game. And then the fourth round, I believe I hit another Goldango. And this was probably the closest game I had of the day. We both had pretty slow starts. And where I was able to like rare candy into a Charizard and like smacking my opponent's Goldango, and that was like the first damage done of the match. And I was able to continue from there to be able to win that game. And then round 5, I ID'd with my opponent because I just assumed I'd be able to get a double ID and a cut. And then the last round, I hit an Alakazam, and I ended up scooping to my opponent. I told them they could have the win because I was pretty high resistance-wise, and I knew that I would be on the upper half of the bracket, but I didn't want to play this Alakazam player, so I scooped to them so I could make them the first seed, and then hopefully they would hit somebody else that has a better matchup, because I don't think this deck does particularly well into Alakazam. Alakazam has Battle Cage to be able to stop my Dusknoir, which is annoying. And I can only take one prize at a time with the Charizard deck, so I can't really cheese a lot of prizes. So combining that with maybe Briar, there is definitely a win condition, or like getting rid of their board early with Ogrepon. But I still think the matchup, it could be tough, so I didn't want to play against him. So I end up scooping him, and then we go on to top 8. So top 8, I play a Emily special. If any of you guys know Emily Foreman, she is the caster for the Pokemon TCG, good friend of mine, and she popularized like this no Owls Raging Bolt list with the rocks, and so I played against probably her 60, And this was the first game I dropped of the day. Was game one. My opponent turn one watchtowered me. I was like, bro, this was the second time I got turn one watchtowered in the tournament because against the Goldango, my opponent round or game one, turn one slammed the watchtower on me. I was cooked. So yeah, I managed to win game two, and then game three I had like the most nasty setup ever. My opponent elected to go first, set up their board. I go second. My ending board, I lead the Pidgey, and then I go Fan Rotom for double hoot, and then I play Area Zero. I bench Terapagos, and then I call for family for 2 Charmander. So my board is pretty nice. My opponent didn't have an EX on the board that he attached to, so I was pretty confident that he wasn't able to get like a prime catcher play into killing Terapagos, because obviously that's super bad. And I was right. And then I was able to kind of just steamroll the game from there. And then, yeah, I move on to the top 4. I hit the Zoroark player that I was going to play in the 5th round, and we ended up IDing. Game 1, super close game. I think that it comes down to I play a late game Iono, and off of my Iono, I have to draw an out to Noctowl, and I end up drawing my Night Stretcher before using my Fez, and then I'm able to use the Night Stretcher to grab Noctowl, and then I got like a Rare Candy Dusknoir playoff for game to be able to bump my damage up to be able to KO a Zoroark in one hit. And I think I Dusknoir knocked out a Zoroark on the bench that had um, damage on it from before, because I think I had like double Ogerpon that game, so the Zoroark had 200 damage on it. And so I was able to win that. And then game 2, my opponent led the Blood Moon, which is pretty unfortunate. And I was able to get a board set up quicker than them, so I was able to kind of just outpace them with the Blood Moon on the board. It's a pretty big boy, easy 2-prize target to be able to KO, so end up winning that. Go to the finals, and game 1 of the finals, my opponent is playing Dango. They like to go first. We had played before in Swiss. They turn one watchtower me, which super unfortunate. And the crazy thing is, I ended up winning this game. I just kind of go into like an early Rare Candy Charizard, hit my opponent for 180, he Turos, hit my opponent for 180, Turos again. I'm like, bro. But he's not able to piece together the knockout between these turns because he's kind of rotating between like 2 Goldangos. And I'm not taking any knockouts, so he's not able to get like Fez for like a big playoff. So I end up getting pretty lucky at the end of the game. I'm holding like a 15 card hand, right? Between all the Fez and Dippities I've been doing. So my hand is like Briar Rare Candy, and I need to like Fez into either Noctowl or Dawn or just kind of something to be able to get to my Charizard. And I end up Fezzing into Dawn to grab my Charizard and my Noctowl, and I kill him. So that was game 1. Game 2, I think, was not very close. I kind of got run over this game. I think I got like turn 2 Rare Candy Charizard plus the Dusclops to be able to KO my opponent's active Goldango, and then they blew up my Charizard, and then I like Pheasantipity, get Pidgeot on board, play a Lily to draw 6, and then I didn't get 2 pieces to make a Charizard, so I had to just like set up another board. And then my opponent had Boss Sword to come. My Pidgeot game was over. Go to game 3. I like to go second. My opponent turn 1 watchtowers me again, bro. I'm like, bro, come on. So then we go to game, and we're in this game 3, right? And then I look at my opening hand. I do get the opening watch or out to watchtower and draw the areas your under depths, and I'm able to bam slam that bad boy and get into the game. And with this deck, if you're able to just play the game, you should be able to beat Goldango pretty handily, unless they kind of just like run you over, like able to kill like your only Charmander multiple turns in a row. The Klefki can't help against that deck as well. If they lead a Gimme Ghoul, it's not too bad to put down Klefki, because then they can't Genesect for their Goldangos, and then it stops a little bit of their draw power through the rocks. So that was pretty cool. Let's see what else. The Chen Pao, if I remember, but it's the one that says when you put it down, you remove a stadium in play. So I think it might not be too bad as an additional out to Watchtower, as it is a basic searchable Pokemon with Dawn. So kind of once you get to like your second maybe even like third dawn, right? It's pretty likely that you're not really gonna need any more basics because the fan rotom thins out a bunch. Like one Poffin kind of gets you like your two Charmanders or like your one Skull you need for the game. And so, mm, yeah, I think Chen Pao would be pretty nice in this deck. What I would cut, I have no idea. Honestly, I used every single card in this deck to like multiple times throughout the tournament. I don't know really know if there's anything I would change. I think maybe if you're super greedy, you can cut the second water because I do have a second water here, but that's mainly for the Crispin here. So the Crispin's nice because it can power up like a Terapagos or a Water Pond in one turn. There was a couple times where, especially against the Bolt player I played, where my opponent knocked out my Charizard, I wasn't able to find another one, but I could still like Pidgeot for Crispin, Crispin for, into Terapagos, and then still knock out a 2-prize Pokemon on my opponent's board. So that card came in clutch a lot. I don't know. It's such a hard call. I mean, you could maybe cut a candy. Cutting candy doesn't really sound super great, but I mean, you do what you got to do. And yeah, this netted me my second cup win of the season, I think. So shout out to Terrazard. I think this deck's a really good play for the local tournaments. It's super low maintenance. All you really got to do is get a fan rotom down, and you're kind of gaming. So yeah, Charizard's super good, and thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you hearing me yap about this Pokemon. These Pokemon cards. Oh, wait. Oh, let's see. Chen Pao. If it comes up. Oh, man, it's being so slow, man. It's going to be a Scarlet Violet. It might be this one because it's a promo. I know it's like a pre-release promo. Oh, my God. My internet's going slow right now, bro. What's going on? Yeah, it's this bad boy right here with the Snow Sink. Just play, you discard a Stadium and play. Thankfully, it's not a normal type. I guess low-key, you could attack with it, right? You could do 120 with this bad boy. I guess you just have to, like, Crispin. I guess you couldn't really do it in one turn, right? Because you'd have to, like, Crispin for Fire Water, attach the water, and then already have a water in hand to, like, put a water on, and then Charizard to put one here. Ugh, it sounds gross. Yeah, let's just not do that. But yeah, this was the deck, man. I have my little post here. So if you guys want to go give me a follow on Twitter, bang. I got a bunch of prize packs. I actually got some sick pulls. Hold on, let's see where I'm missing my binder at. Usually, I don't try to open a lot of the prize packs that I get because I never pull anything good. But this one was pretty nice to me. Let's see. Let's see this. So yeah, check it out, right? So starting at the top there, that Glaceon, this Charizard, Mega Mawile, the Latios, and there should be one other thing. Oh yeah, the Reshiram there at the bottom. I scooped all those out of those prize packs. So pretty nice prize pack pulls from yesterday. Oh, excuse me. A little hiccup there. And I don't know, I got a bunch of good commons and uncommons, but here's the playmat. Super nice. I really like the design direction they've gone with this season. Like the playmats and stuff look super nice. They look a little bit like they, paid someone to do the arts for them. So only if the Ultra Pro stuff could be like this cool too. Because yeah, unfortunately the Ultra Pro is not making super quality products. But yeah, I do got a couple packs in here, but I'm doing a card show on Sunday, so I'm going to save these bad boys for that card show. And, I don't know, you can just trade them. I'm sure somebody will want them. Got a bunch of, like, random prize pack foils and non-foils I can throw in my box to, maybe have for future decks. So that'll be pretty neat. So, yeah, it was, thanks for Good Games for hosting. I think they retweeted my tweet. Let's see if I can find my retweets. Can you not look on... I don't know. I thought you could look for people that retweeted your tweet on Twitter. Maybe it's just on mobile. I don't know. But yeah, deck's super good. I would definitely recommend it for like cups. I don't know how many. I'm sure there's more regionals in this format. I'm just super lazy and don't feel like looking it up. So yeah, if you guys want the list, I'm gonna put the list in the description down below. So appreciate you guys watching. Charizard on top.